everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my first trimester and the symptoms that I felt. Before I do that, I just wanted to let you guys know I'm super excited for this channel, and I love that my last video, the first signs and symptoms of pregnancy, has been going over so well. You guys seem to find that really helpful, and I love hearing that, like, you might be pregnant, you don't know, you're kind of feeling the same symptoms, or you are and you felt some similar symptoms. I absolutely love this. It's like so rewarding every day to see the comments that you guys leave me. So yeah, continue to leave me comments below because I absolutely love it. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just gonna jump into how my first trimester was. Okay, so first and foremost, my first trimester started out pretty awesome because I knew so early, just over 3 weeks when I had actually taken a positive pregnancy test. So as soon as I realized I was pregnant, I called the doctors and made an appointment. So the doctors said that we aren't going to see you until you're 9 weeks pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, I have to wait over a month to come to the doctors. Like, are you sure? Are you sure I'm pregnant? How, like, I don't know. It was just so nerve-wracking and I hated it, and I wanted to go to the doctors immediately because it wasn't real until I got that doctor's, yes, you're pregnant, to me. So I remember I asked the lady, I said, are you sure? Like, you think I'm pregnant? I don't know, like, I feel like it's not real until I go to the doctors and you guys tell me it's positive. And she goes, well, how many tests did you take? I said, I took 3. And the lady's like, okay, well, honey, you're definitely pregnant. You're definitely producing, it's like HCG, the hormone that your body produces when you are pregnant. So she said, yeah, you're definitely pregnant, sweetheart. And you missed your period and everything like that. So, okay, I was like, all right, so 9 weeks, they scheduled my first appointment. So until then, I had to just wait on my own and just take care of myself the best that I knew and Google everything to make sure that I was doing everything right. Okay, so after that is when the exhaustion hit. That was the first symptom that I actually experienced. I literally could sleep all day long. I would wake up, I'd sit on the couch or get breakfast or whatever, and I was just so tired. I could take naps all day long, which isn't like me. I know I mentioned in the previous video, it's not really like me to take naps or anything like that. So yeah, the exhaustion was like no other exhaustion I've ever felt in my entire life. I could sleep on a bed of ice. Until you experience this type of exhaustion, I don't think you could even fathom how just tired you are. I remember one time I went to go sweep the floor, and my house isn't even that big. I went to go sweep the dining room floor. I got like a quarter of the way through and I had to sit down. I was out of breath. I had to take a break. I was just tired, like physically could not even sweep my own floor. About 6 weeks in, or 6.5 weeks in, I still hadn't felt different. Like I wasn't sick, I had energy, I was going for walks on the daily, I was eating like all kinds of salads and fruits and vegetables. I was eating so healthy and taking prenatals, taking walks, just so lively and happy, and nothing was different, right? Except for I was a little more tired. So right about 6.5 weeks, 7 weeks is when I started to get nauseous in the morning. I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna have morning sickness. So the doctors had sent me a packet in the mail of all kinds of things you can do to combat, you know, headaches, indigestion, heartburn, morning sickness, all kinds of stuff like that. So I whipped that out. The number one thing they said was don't get out of bed fast and try to have some saltine crackers by the bed so that you can munch on those a little bit before you actually get up and have that empty acidic stomach from the morning. So I would wake up, and the very first, you know, days of being nauseous, and I would go downstairs and I would just plop myself on the couch. I couldn't really move. I didn't really want to eat anything. I didn't even want to turn the TV on. I was just sitting there, like I didn't really want to move. I was just nauseous, and it felt better to try to sleep. But I knew I had to eat something. A lot of websites that I looked up said, if you're nauseous in the morning, try to eat something because it helps you feel better. But of course, when you're nauseous, the last thing you want to do is eat. So anyway, I would quickly try to grab like an apple or a yogurt or something, saltine crackers, and quickly try to get a couple of bites in very, very slowly. And this did help actually. I had those C bands, the motion sickness bands, because I get motion sick. And so I had those, and I had heard that those were really great for pregnancy. So I wore those, and basically it just puts a pressure point right in the center of your wrist. I wore 2 of them. As soon as I woke up, before I even got out of bed, I would pop those on my wrists. I remember every morning I would wake up, my boyfriend would leave for work before me. He would have my C-bands on my nightstand, as well as a container of saltine crackers, and then either juice or water to try to help me with, because I was petrified. I didn't want to get sick, and I hated not feeling good. He was awesome with that stuff, just more awesome than I could even imagine. So if you have someone who's around you who can help you get through that stage and cook for you and help with the house chores and things like that, it makes it so much easier to get through. I mean, this is the only time I've ever been through it, but it made it so much more possible for me to feel better and to get going on my feet. And I would eat very small amounts of food throughout the entire day. Like whenever I started to feel a sour stomach, I would kind of try to munch on anything that I could handle or mentally handle. For the most part, saltine crackers really did the trick. I would probably have 2 in the morning. It sounds pathetic, like why wouldn't you have more than that? You just don't want to eat. The nausea probably lasted until 11 weeks. It was like 10 and a half, 11 weeks. And then I started to have days where I felt a little better. Now, mind you, weeks 7, 8, and 9 were the worst for me, but also it was like August, very hot and humid out. So I think that had a lot to do with the reason why I wasn't feeling well. So as far as what I could eat during the first trimester, I want to call it the beige diet, because I was turned off completely from fruits and vegetables. They were just too pungent for me, and I have a degree in nutrition, and I absolutely love eating fruits and vegetables and trying to eat healthy. And of course, now that I'm newly pregnant, I'm like trying to eat as many fruits and vegetables as I can, right? Well, no, I didn't want anything that wasn't bland and mild. I could eat macaroni and cheese, pasta was okay, bread was okay, but no salads. Like I would try to eat salads, but it was not appetizing whatsoever. Saltine crackers were great. I recommend, seriously, get some saltine crackers. And water, I absolutely could not drink water. The thought of drinking water would make me like want to gag. I was very lucky. I never got actually sick. I was just nauseous, and I used to call it gut rot. Like I would tell my boyfriend that I felt like I had just gut rot. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like that sour stomach where you just feel like your insides are rotting. It sounds horrible. It wasn't, I mean, it's not really as bad as it sounds, but it did. It just sounded like I had a really sour stomach all the time. I honestly think Mind Over Matter worked really well for me. So I had to go to work for 3:30 most days, and I think by the time I was ready to get ready for work around 3, I would tell myself, okay, you can do this. You're fine, you're gonna feel better. And then as soon as I got to work, I think my mind was off of the sickness. I felt really pretty good. But for me, my nausea really went away around 10 and a half, 11 weeks. It didn't completely subside until 12 weeks for sure. 12 weeks is when I didn't have any more nauseous days at all. I had a really good appetite, a normal appetite, but whenever I would sit down to eat, I could eat like a bird, like a 3-year-old kid probably. My boyfriend would make me like 3 eggs in the morning, and I would take 2 bites of them and instantly feel full. I could barely finish my dinner. I would have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It would take me an hour at work to finish because I would just fill up after eating 2 bites of food, and that was super frustrating because I'm such a foodie. But that, it luckily did not last too long. Around 12 weeks is when I got my appetite back, and now the appetite is back. and it's amazing. So I ended up losing, I don't know, like a pound or so in the beginning, maybe 2 pounds, which I guess is okay, as you know, a lot of people do end up losing a little bit of weight because their appetite or nausea or whatever prevents them from gaining weight. They gave me a rundown of foods that I shouldn't eat and things that I, you know, should watch out for. Caffeine, they said stick to about 16 ounces of caffeine a day, like coffee or so, or caffeinated beverages. I think the rule online that I've been looking up a lot is stick to under 200 milligrams a day. So what I usually do is if I want to go to Starbucks and have a latte, I usually get a grande, and that is a medium, and it has 2 shots of espresso, and most of them are around between, like, you know, 150 and 200 milligrams of caffeine. So what I usually do is half calf. So we'll do a regular shot of espresso and then a decaf shot of espresso in there. It sticks to around like 75, 80 milligrams of caffeine, and that's pretty much all I have for caffeine a day. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of chocolate, which has a little bit in there, but that's not too bad. So to be on the safe side, I always do the half calf. In the very beginning of my pregnancy, coffee was like disgusting to me. I didn't even want it. The very first trimester, I did not want coffee whatsoever. Now I'm finally able to drink coffee and enjoy it. I love it. And it really, caffeine for some reason hits me really hard now. I used to be able to drink a couple coffees a day and it wouldn't really affect me. And now I drink the half calf and I'm like, you know, all energetic and ready to go. So I'm very sensitive to the caffeine and I'm watching out for that. Another thing they said was, of course, you know, no unpasteurized cheeses, like no blue cheese, feta, Gouda, brie, you know, the stuff that's unpasteurized, and juices as well. You have to be careful of ciders, homemade ciders, and things like that. And if I was going to have deli meat, it would have to be heated up. I don't eat deli meat anyway, and heated up deli meat just sounds really disgusting, but if you're gonna have deli meat, they say you have to heat it up before you do eat it. Folic acid is extremely, extremely important in pregnancy, so I wanted to make sure that my prenatal had 800 milligrams or micrograms, I believe, of folate in it, which is the recommended amount for pregnant women. Broccoli is a really good source of folate. Go figure. I still can't stand broccoli for some reason. I love broccoli and I've always loved it, but ever since I've been pregnant, it's literally my only kryptonite. Like, don't want broccoli, don't even like the smell of it. I can't even look at it. And if I want bubbles or soda, I'll grab stevia, because stevia is like a natural sweetener that's deemed safe for pregnancy as far as my doctor let me know and what I've read online. So stevia is okay as for a 0-calorie sweetener. So I've been told. I'm not a doctor, so you know, ask your own doctor. But I don't have a lot of artificial sweeteners or natural sweeteners besides sugar in my diet now. I'm just really being careful to watch that. So number one thing I've been told for weight gain and for being healthy is to eat 6 small meals a day, eat very frequently, and drink lots and lots and lots of water. To the point where I feel like I can't even drink that water, but I am thirsty finally now, and I can drink water now. In case you guys are feeling morning sickness, in case you guys are wondering when this is gonna end, I know myself, I felt like I was never gonna feel like myself again between the gut rot and the nausea. I felt like I was never gonna feel like myself again, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, most women feel much better after their first trimester. But no matter what, it's gonna come to an end and it's all worth it in the long run. Just try to stay headstrong and take care of yourself the best you can. And if you have a loved one around you who can help you get through this, that is going to help you tremendously. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this video here. I have already had my gender reveal party, so we already know what our little nugget is, and if you follow me on Snapchat, you already know what it is too. But my next video is going to be my gender reveal party, and just kind of a quick video of what I had done, what my boyfriend and I did there. So I will see you guys in that video coming up very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I will talk to you soon. And don't forget to stay chic. Bye.